رسول الله وعلى أهله وأصحابه أجمعين ما بعد. Alhamdulillah, we are going to go on with our seminar. Alhamdulillah, shukrullah. And now the session now, it is from 12 to 1 o'clock bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and inshallah we are going to discuss a very interesting. As you can see now in your if you are in Alhamdulillah, you find that in YouTube here we are in you can see that on your screen there is a PowerPoint, and we find that you can get this PowerPoint bi'idhnillahi in our description below. And it is now we are going to start with part 10 bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, in which we are going to talk about the predictions about the future and the description of the natural phenomena. And you have to know that it is me still, your brother Abdullah Aftab, and we find that it's a special seminar that we are doing here in 26th of August 2017. And this organization, you have to know, it's Taba Group, and we are the one who are organizing it and presenting it to you as a special live online seminar. You have to mention that also the fact that this is lesson 24, and the lesson 24 as mentioned is a very big one. Inshallah, we can talk a lot of things in these lessons, and inshallah we're gonna go now the next slide bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Now the first topic that we're going to start is the predictions about the future. Predictions about the future. And here also in the PowerPoint you can see that the fact that we are mentioning the fact that when you're talking about the predictions about the future, what do you mean here is the fact that this Quran, it accurately predicted many things. And we're going to mention the things that are predicted, not very many, but the one which we are able now to do it within our short course here, which is our Tafseer course, and in our short seminar here. So we have to know that this Quran, it accurately predicted the military victory of these Romans. The Romans now, which are the Byzantines over the Persians. And where is it mentioned? We find that it is mentioned in the Quran itself. Okay, it's mentioned in the Quran itself. So we go to Surah Ar-Rum. We can get this point here in chapter number 30, and the verses number 2 to 4, and it says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم غلبت الروم في أدنى الأرض وهم من بعد غلبهم سيغلبون في بضع سنين لله أمر من قبل ومن بعد ويومئذ يفرح المؤمنون. So in these verses of the glorious Quran, we learn, and the translation of it is the fact that the Romans, here you find that here it says that the Romans, they have been defeated in the nearest land, and after their defeat they will conquer within a few years. And we have to know the Surah Rum in itself, it is the story, the Rome, it is the Romans, talking about the Romans. And here we find that this Arabic word which is bid'ah, if you can see that word which is bid'ah, and this bid'ah word here, what is it, that it is more precise than the English word few. Okay, and if you go a bit to find that it is found in a very interesting manner, the fact that it is used for a number between 3 and 10. Okay, so that is now what we find that in our Arabic it is different from the English words. Riyad bid'ah, it means it is used for a number which is between 3 and 10, and when you find that it is used in this Quran, and the fact that so if you go back, find the Romans have been defeated in the nearest land, and after their defeat they will conquer within 3 to 10 years. Okay, but that is now the word few bid'ah, this mean it is used here. So we have to understand the fact that together with that we have to know that the Persians, they dealt the Romans in a crushing defeat. When they dealt with that Romans, there was a crushing defeat in the year 616, that Christian era, taking away Greater Syria and Egypt from them, and eventually besieging them in their capital of Constantinople. And that is what happened. That is what the Persians, when they dealt with that Romans, there was a crushing defeat. That means, you know, these Romans, they were defeated. They got a very much defeat, and you find that in that way these Persians, they take away this great Syria and Egypt from them, and eventually besieging them in the capital of Constantinople. And in 622 Christian era, the Byzantines now, which you find that who are the Byzantines? The Byzantines, they are the Romans again. These Romans, what they do, they won a decisive victory against the Persians at the Battle of Issus, which allowed them to regain all the lands they had lost, and you can see that one in the English translation, the Holy Quran, the English translation of the meaning and commentary, page 1202 to 1203. In that you can see that this Quran, what it does is that it explains to us in a very much easier way the fact that that story, and it gives us a prediction. Yeah, it gives us a prediction, and that is why we say that the Quran in itself is a miracle. Just saying that, and together with that, we find that the Quran, when it gives us the prediction about the future, what it shows that, you know, it testifies to the fact that this is from Allah Azza wa Jal, and it cannot be from other person other than Allah Azza wa Jal, because Allah Azza wa Jal, He knows the past and He knows the future. And when the Quran, it predicts about the future events, this really shows us the fact that the Quran is a very important book, and the Quran is a book that has a lot of things, not only guiding the humankind, but it also has other things, inshallah, and that's what we're talking on about. So we go ahead, and we find that we've already talked about the first point in our PowerPoint. If you can see that the Quran, when it accurately predicted the military victory of the Romans over the Persians, and we saw it. Now I want to see the other, which is now the Quran. We find it also accurately predicted that the Muslims, they will be able to enter Mecca peacefully in order to make the Umrah, which is the lesser pilgrimage. So what is that? And gonna explain it in a detailed manner. We have to know that now we are in the days of very important days, 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, in which we expect that the people, they learn the fact that the Deen of Islam, it tells them to do something during these days, and we have to understand them. And before that, we have to understand this point here, mentioned here. So we go to the Quran in Surah Al-Fath, chapter number 48 and verse number 27. So it says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم لقد صدق الله رسوله رؤيا بالحق لتدخلون المسجد الحرام إن شاء الله آمنين محلقين رؤوسكم ومقصرين لتخافون فعلم ما لم تعلموا فجعل من دون ذلك فتحا قريبا. So in this verse of Surah Al-Fath, what does it teach us? It says that indeed Allah Azza Jal, He shall fulfill the true vision which He showed to His Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And here Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we find that he saw a dream that he had entered Makkah along with his companions, having their head, that is meaning their hair shaved and the cut short. And in very truth, certainly you shall enter Al-Masjid Al-Haram, inshallah, that is if Allah wills, secure, some having your head shaved and some having your hair cut short, having no fear. And Allah Azza, He knew what you knew not, and Allah Azza, He granted besides that a near victory. So here, alhamdulillah, I find that there is a story behind this, and I want to mention the fact that the prediction here, which is mentioned in the Quran, it came in the middle of a long battle war which was between the Muslims and the idol worshippers who they ruled Makkah. And it also promised the Muslim that if they fulfill that conditions of complete faith and good deeds, that Allah Jal, they will deputize them to rule the world and will establish their religion.